For Flabonga, Monthro Thacuba. With Dale and Tony breaking all the rules. Talking tech, biz, and straight up chaos. Quick fire guests, oh yeah, we slay those.
Good afternoon, my name is Dale Rodriguez and this is Flabonga Monthro Cube. With me today I've got co-host
Zoe LC from Alternative Events.
Awesome, and we have our awesome guest
Vicky Poole from UK Grant Finder Pro.
First question, Vicky, what is a grant?
What is a grant? It is a pot of money that one would apply for that would give you money to do something.
Cool. Why would I as a business owner want a grant?
Oh, you could have grants for everything,
Everything.
depending on your local authority and what you're going for. It's more of a charity thing, though, have to confess. But as a business, you can get money for electric vehicles, swapping out electric feet, to replacing any dated heating infrastructure. You've got EV chargers that can go on. You've got support for ADHD, autistic workforce. You've got, if you're an SME or a new startup, actually, there's a few there. If you're under 25, stop me at any time, by the way.
Keep going,
if you're
keep
under 25, there are grants available to help you start your business as a young entrepreneur. If you are over 25 and you're looking to grow your business, you can apply for funding through and depending on where you are, it'll either be your local enterprise partnership, your business growth hub, or the council directly in order to be able to grow and scale your business. And that can either be swapping out like old equipment to new equipment for the cost of change, or it can be for the replacement of equipment. There's also sustainability and environmental grants where if you have a piece of equipment that has a low or rather a high carbon emissions rating or a low carbon emission standard, you can swap that out for a piece of new equipment. There's loads.
Do we as business owners have to pay this money back? Is it like a loan? Is there interest, or do we just get the money and the government like, here you go, off you go?
You don't have to pay it back. I know, but some of it has to be match funded.
Okay, so if you want 50k, you have to have 50k yourself. Match funded, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So do you work in one particular area or region, or do you go across the UK?
So UK Grant Finder Pro is part of Tender Response. It's a specific charitable offering. Yeah. Okay. So as Tender Response, we do business and we do grants and we go complete length and breadth of the UK. UK Grant Finder Pro is length and breadth of the UK, but that is the specific charitable version of like the grants. Okay.
So breadth and length of the UK. Yes. You mentioned local authorities.
Yes.
Which local authority is the stingiest? Well, I know you can't say that. You're not going to say.
As an elected member to a local authority, I don't actually look after grants at Westparks. So typically you'll find that the councils that have their own grants and they are very well funded are typically those that are not in exceptional financial circumstances. So, I mean, and I say that, so if you look at Birmingham are in EFS at the moment, and West Berks is in EFS. Quite a lot of councils. I think there's 82 councils at the minute that are in EFS. Last time I checked, I think it was 82. But that doesn't mean that they don't do grants. Because what actually happens is central government, once every year, I think it is, or once every 10 months, they group together a pot of money and they say, this is the pot of money that we're going to attribute to help businesses to be greener or to support the rural economy. And then they will split that money up across all of the councils that are going to be able to apply for that money, or there are going to be businesses or charities in that area that can apply for that money. And then they give that money to the council, the unitary authority, and then that money sits in a pot. And then the local council runs the grant. So what you'll end up finding is that regardless of whether a council is in EFS or regardless of how stingy they may be, there will always be funding opportunities that they will administer. The difference there is how many they do and how tight they are with the criteria. Because if it's their own,
would you like my main takeaway from what you just said? You answered that so well. Vicky Poole for president/prime minister? Because that was a very political answer. It was fantastic. Like you didn't rise to debate. You just kind of gave me a great answer. I'm going to jump into the comments real quick, and then I'm going to ask Zoe to say some stuff because I've been talking an awful lot. So comments: Marcus Batson, long-time friend of the show. Marcus Batson, I spoke with an accounting firm in West Yorkshire who secured grant funding to digitise their firm, which is cool. He would say that because he works for a fintech company.
So there's actually funding in fintech at the moment. So depending on the kinds of company that you are, there are lots of different options available. And your friend there, he gets a paddle. Hang on.
What kind of kinkiness is this? Oh, okay, that kind of paddle. What kind of paddle was that? Sorry.
Well, I have two. I have this one for something I love.
Okay. Something that you hate?
For something I'm not a fan of.
First
or
date?
there's a problem. So
we should do quickfire and you can do a paddle for each question.
Hey, you know what? I got them out for a reason, Dale. I know how your mind works.
Anyway, I've been talking a lot, and just for context, today is Zoe's last day as co-host because ever you might be back. I think I've been pretty nice to you. Like, so OG co-host Tony will be back next week or the week after
because
he selfishly expanded his empire by having another child, so he took paternity leave. So selfish.
Cute kid, though.
Very cute kid. So Zoe, I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna mute myself actually.
Oh, okay, Vic. I've got some questions for you. You do grants, so
I do.
I'm gonna ask you some questions about your favourite grants. Who's your favourite?
Grant Mitchell.
Grant Mitchell from EastEnders. Oh, Dale. I was going to say that was the first one. So you got Grant
Hugh
Mitchell. Okay, Grant Mitchell, Hugh Grant, or is there Grant Hill, the former NBA gold medalist in basketball? Who's your favourite Grant?
Grant Mitchell, because Grant Mitchell didn't he go off to do Ultimate Force? Which was, yes, there we go, the best advert ever for SES.
There you go. That was a really good question. See, Dale, you should have me back again.
You're not banned from coming back. You're welcome back anytime. It's just that,
really.
Well, with 3 co-hosts, it'll be too many hosts and not enough guests. You know what I mean? That'll be
too many.
Because we're not doing these live and in person yet. When the budget increase happens, we'll do them live and in person. But until then, 3 people on video call trying to talk is just. Yeah.
Okay, I've got another one. If you were to offer an award, if you could award a grant to a fictional character, who would it be and what would you give them?
To a fictional character, who would it be and what would I give them?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good one. Oh, because is it books or movie?
Up to you,
any
Dale.
fictional
I'll
character.
ask you this in a minute as well, so you've got to think about what your answer's going to be.
Who would I give money to a fictional character? None, because I'm super conservative. My money, keep it to me. Scrooge McDuck was right.
But it's government. It's government grant, so it's money from the government that goes to a fictional character for them to do stuff.
Oh, right. Sonic the Hedgehog. For research and development for his teleportation, for his rings. That way I might actually be able to do all of the crap that I'm supposed to do in my life and be on time.
That's pretty
Best answer ever. Dale, that's my favourite.
I think there actually is Innovate funding.
What, for teleportation?
For Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm going to have a look at it
because I wouldn't trust teleportation because I don't think it's safe. So my immediate thought, Zoe, as you asked me that question, was Homer Simpson to get him some actual training, because he is like the safety officer for a nuclear power plant, but he doesn't actually know how to do anything. Like get Homer some actual training.
Oh, so grant funding for actual training probably isn't a thing, because you're in that role, you would be expected to actually have that qualification or attainment.
Okay.
I would get grant funding for.
Say that Homer Simpson was classified as a vulnerable person, and that you were providing additional training services as the company to a member of the community so that they may go out and find work. That would either be captured under social value under the Public Procurement Act of 2023, hashtag sad, I know that, or if you're a training provider, you would deliver the course and then recoup the cost of your delivering the training. So whilst you wouldn't necessarily get the full value of your training course, you would have your cost covered.
Reading a comment from a viewer, Marcus Batson, Zolar co-host is the best. If there are other people watching, by the way, let's put this to a test, little poll. Team Zoe or Team Tony? Comment Zoe or Tony for who you vote for. That's right. Beef, just throw in there. Yeah, go on, Mark Howson, he's a long time friend of the show. Zoe or Tony? Vote with your comments, people. Do you know what's really funny? It'd be like negative Dale. Everyone's like, no Dale, to get rid of Dale. That'd be funny. Mark Howson, grant finance in the UK is like a rare Pokemon. Everyone's heard of it. A few claim to have caught it, but no one really proves that it actually exists. Now that's a really good point, because I know Vicky kind of well. I know this is one of your things, isn't it? That you really want to help people do that. So here's a question that you may not be able to answer. Why don't more businesses get grants? Why don't more businesses apply for grants? Why is the perception that it's so difficult? What Mark's kind of said, why is it so hard to get a grant? Is it because there's less money? Is it because there's lots of paperwork? Is it because there's particular wording? Like what prevents businesses from getting the grants they might actually deserve or need?
So there's two questions there, actually. There's grants for business and grants for charities. Grants for business, we're going to do that one first.
Yes, please.
So grants for business, they are typically done through the local authority. And the local authority, because they don't self-administer their own funds, they have to run quite a stringent process. So because they're actually dishing out with like central government money, you have to have like a tick box. And a lot of people apply for grants because they go, I'm in that area, I live in Swanage, I'm obviously going to be applicable for the Swanage local business grant, but then they don't look at the criteria. And the criteria is your business has been there for 3 years, you've got 4 years worth of books, you employ so many of the local people, and they actually
You're left-handed, you've got pink hair, that kind of stuff.
Oh, you've read the application. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I've read all of it. Did my research, Vic. You're welcome.
Because the funding is specifically there to help a certain demographic. Yeah. So I mean, if you look at
like one person.
Well, not necessarily one person, but one demographic of people. So they actually niche it down and they make Venn diagrams small enough so that they know that they're only going to be like the maximum demographic area is going to be like, say, 200 people. So if we were to look at a grant that West Berks administered, because I know the small print on that one quite well, it was a rural business development grant. So you had to come up with new business ideas, but your business had to be based in the rural economy. You had to be in the sticks of West Berkshire. Well, thankfully, 83% of West Berkshire's area of outstanding natural beauty. So thankfully, there's quite a lot of the area, right? You had to be classified as an SME, which means you've got 3 criteria to hit. Don't ask me what they are, because I can't remember. One of them is trading under 30 million. So, I mean, you can actually be quite large, and you have to have less than 250
less than staff.
So you can be quite large. And we ended up, so some of the money ended up going to a soup kitchen van. So there was this van that had to be, where's the bottle of pink eye? Yeah, it comes up every now and again. So it was a soup kitchen van that was, it was completely vegan. It had certain cooking styles in there, and it would go around and it would pop up and it would feed the public. And then at the end of the night, they would actually go to a place where a lot of the homeless and vulnerable are, and they would actually give all of their food away. And that was their premise. And if they had to go out and get finance to do the vehicle, they then wouldn't have the capacity to give away food. So that got I think it was like 100 and so grand worth of funding. It got a lot of money. All right. So read the small print and look at your local authorities. Typically within your local authorities there is a grant person. And if in doubt, you can always approach your portfolio holder for culture. If you don't have a portfolio holder for culture, a portfolio holder for culture or portfolio holder for economic regeneration. If your council doesn't have one of those, you're looking at a district council, and you need to be looking at your unitary. So think about going one level up on your council sizes. Answering the question from a charity perspective. So the Charity Commission released an update, was it last year or the year before, where they said that about 80% of their grants, or the grants that were available, 80% were not awarded in their entirety.
Oh,
and
wow.
they weren't awarded. And can you remember, Dale, I did Grantuary at the beginning of the year?
You did.
Yeah, I was never going to do veganary. So I have a dietary concern that requires me to eat a lot of protein.
Yeah, being hench.
No, I actually have a diet. I have a medical concern. Yeah, that
Oh.
requires me to eat a lot of protein.
I thought it was because you were lifting weights so much. You need the protein.
No. I asked my doctor if I could have a doctor's note for 2 chicken breasts a day, and he told me no. But I know, devastating. So yes, so in January I ran Grantuary, and I did over 280 separate individual grant searches as a result of the reach out, and I found quite a lot of grants for people that they were not expecting. And when I was chatting with them about, why didn't they know about it? It's because it doesn't come up on SEO feeds, and a lot of small charities don't have the money to subscribe to big expensive databases. So these ones usually are missed. And they are, one of the charities that I supported quite a lot, and I still support quite a lot actually, their average grant size that I found was £2,000, but I found 15 of them.
Oh, wow.
So that's 30,000.
That adds up nicely. Yeah.
It adds up nicely. So A, they don't typically find them. B, that they're held in a lot of grant databases. And C, when you do find a grant, you're not going to hire a grant writer to do a £2,000 grant, because A, you have to pay them a day rate, which will be like somewhere between £300 and £500 a day. Plus, grant writers typically want a win fee. So if they've got you that £2,000, by the time you pay them their 10% win fee, you're going to do all that work for £400.
I feel like it should be either or. Like, you either pay for them daily to do it, or like have a win fee but not such a high day rate. No, that in my mind. Again, best of both, right?
Well, you know what? So coming up against that particular issue was exactly where Grant Finder Pro came along. So in February this year, I started my mini MBA in AI.
Congrats.
And my project, I know, in my free time,
Yeah. Wait, no, free time when you've got like 4 children? No.
Well, I have 3 children. I have 3 children. Yeah. So 3, 7, and 43.
Ha ha ha.
So 3, 7, 43. I'm an elected politician to a district council, and I sit on the executive. So I've got that. So that's 2 jobs effectively. My husband travels internationally for work, and I run a business. So I decided I'm starting to read my emails off of the toilet. So I have more time in my life. I know I'll do an MBA.
Madness.
I know. So my MBA in AI was purely around how am I going to be able to help charities to find their grants? So we have a protocol that runs.
Hold on. Let me zoom in for this. It seems like a very important promo moment. Just gonna.
Oh!
There we go.
I'm not zoomed. But thank you.
There she is.
There we go. Hang on. There we go.
Sorry, you were saying.
Thank you. Yes. So UK Grant Finder Pro, we troll we troll several databases, and once a week we send out all of the grants that have become released or updated that week. Additionally, we also filter on thematic words. So
what's that mean?
So if you work in mental health,
I'm going to Google it. Thematic.
You can receive all of the mental health grants. If you work in children's, you can receive all of the children's grants. If you work overseas, so if you're a UK charity but you do work overseas, you can receive all of the overseas grants.
Ooh,
so you
can all set up, Vic.
Yeah, I know. It's great, isn't it?
And it's always like you're so busy as well. You're not one of these people like, if you need something done, just ask a busy person. Let's just do an MBA. Let's do more stuff on top of everything else.
I'm an applied mathematician. I'm an applied mathematician by training, and I spent quite a lot of time writing code during my degree. So it was actually quite easy to get going when I started to understand the process. So I actually finished my that program earlier than I finished my MBA, and I thought, oh Jesus, what am I going to do with my life? I know, I'll write an AI grant writing tool that will pass the undetectable AI test. I don't have a microphone here to drop. But
we all got it. We all got it. All right, gonna jump into the comments real quick.
Yeah.
Mark Harrison, Vic's Pokemon name would be Grantichu, like Pikachu, but she zaps grants into existence. That's dope. Which leads me to my next question. Do you guys have a favorite Pokemon? If so, which one is? Which one is it?
You know what? My son's just got back into Pokemon, and he runs around the house going Pikachu. So that's the only one that I can bear to watch. I think I had PTSD from when Pokemon came around when I was a kid.
Zoe, do you have a favorite Pokemon?
No, I think my 7-year-old. Sorry, she's 6. My 6 or 10-year-old have mentioned it. I have no idea really. I know they're yellow, aren't they? They're yellow.
Some are yellow. But
There's multiple Pokemons.
She has one little rubbish toy she got at a fairground where the stitching keeps coming undone, and she loves it. She always makes me sew it up, and it's like that's the only relevance I have to a Pokemon. It's yellow and it becomes undone. So that's it, really.
I know I've asked this before, Vic, but red lipstick. Red lipstick. Why?
Oh, so for those of you who remember Dale and I's first video call together, he didn't tell me that he didn't have like a theme song, because I thought you had a theme song. And I was putting my lippy on, and it was like, that really awkward. I'm kind of halfway through my first lip. So we always talk about red lippy. So with being and I think the official name for this is Glaky, beautifully white and pale. I've got pale blue skin, which is the technical term. By wearing red lippy, the filter on my camera smooths out my blemishes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm desperate at the moment, trying to hold on to my Moroccan tan at the moment. So, but I'm doing anything I can just to hold on to the colour in one's face before winter officially sets in and makes me look pale.
Girl, I'm with you. You see, whenever someone from the northeast of England goes on holiday, we all go this shade, and it's all the same. It's called lobster.
Like, if we're talking about tans, you all are slacking. Pipe down. Try harder. Marcus Batson, I reckon Dale is Magikarp. Now, if you know Pokemon, he's trying to diss me because Magikarp is the most useless of creatures. However, he's kind of right. My favorite Pokemon is Gyarados, the evolution of Magikarp. It becomes a giant dragon. It's gangster.
Do you know what? I think there's a world out there I am missing, and I need to explore and get into this.
You're not missing anything. Pokemon is ridiculous. It's gone too far. It's been going on too long. There's like some 10,000 of them. You can't know the names. You're not missing out, Zoe. Save yourself a lot of time and money.
Okay, so you have in fact just saved me. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah. Like as much as I'd love to see you explore Pokemon and become like a Pokemon fiend and be at Comic-Con and do cosplay and all that kind of stuff and get into it, I think it's just it's gonna be a lot of time and effort.
No.
You know what? I think this is so typically with being ADHD, I experience quite a lot of FOMO. This is one thing that my FOMO trigger has not been triggered.
What, Pokemon?
Yeah. The joy of missing out, Vic. We are so JOMO right now.
Yes, JOMO.
What's JOMO?
Joy of missing out.
Oh, I heard this phrase the other day. Killian Murphy, is his name? I got the actor.
This originates from. This is Darren. Darren from Fathom taught me that.
Yeah.
Darren Glanville.
Joy of missing out.
Talked to me all about the joy of FOMO. Yeah, the joy of missing out.
Let's run with this. What are the other things that you've got the JOMO of? Like, what are things you're happy you've missed out on? I'll give you one of mine. I have never watched Towie or any such show. I've never watched Love Island, and I'm quite happy that I've never watched any of that.
I'm with you on JOMO on Towie and Love Island.
Let's wait. What, Zoe? Why were you in Towie?
Oh, my arm is in Towie.
That's a terrible claim.
It's brilliant, and I'm doing it loosely. So they were just filming down in Brighton. I worked in Brighton at the time, and they said we just need some extras. You want to come down? I was like, yeah. And so we literally spent hours in a nightclub pretending to dance, and then it comes my arm. It's famous, this arm.
Do you reckon if we found that episode, could we recognise that it was your arm? Like if we?
No. Absolutely not. But it was a great experience. Right, what other FOMOs are there?
Yeah. No, not FOMOs.
Uh,
The JOMOs, or things you're happy missing out on. Vic, what's
JOMOs.
one of your
Star
JOMOs?
Wars.
You're
Star
happy you
Wars.
missed out on Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's a very controversial
I
claim
knew
there.
Vic would do that. I know. Quite happy. I'm going to own
Because
that.
I should like Star Wars as a self-professed geek. I appreciate its place in the pantheon of cinema, but I don't like Star Wars that much either.
Yeah.
I have JOMO over Andor. Over Andor. It's one of the spin-offs from Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
On Disney.
Oh, that's very
Everyone's
niche.
talking to me about it. I'm like, no.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got another one.
The little Yoda. What's it called?
I've seen pictures of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, like anything that's really a spin-off. I'm just like, because most movies that I watch and most TV that I watch, I don't watch masses, but what I do, I really enjoy. And then when someone does a spin-off, it's like, is this going to be crap? And I remember when Friends was a big thing, and then Joey left Friends because like Friends ended, and then there was like this Joey program, and it was crap, and it ruined Friends for me. I then couldn't go back and watch Friends.
Okay.
So now I try not to watch spin-offs.
I got one more JOMO for you from me. Bubble tea.
You know, I'm with you on that one as well.
What is bubble tea?
What's the point?
It's like tea with like these little tapioca bubbles in them, basically.
Vic, do you remember? I don't you lot are, I think, younger than me. So, but Body Shop used to do these little oil bath bomb things that were squidgy.
Yeah.
And all I can relate to when I see these bubble teas that my daughter's into is the fact that it just looks like an old 80s Body Shop oil bomb for the bath.
I'm going to ask the viewers. Viewers, do you have any JOMOs, by the way? Any things that you missed out on? Debbie, if you're still here, Marcus, if you're still around, let us know what your JOMOs are. Hey, it's a safe space. We listen. We don't judge.
Do you know what we think we should do? We should get Mark to do like a little quick video that goes, JOMO! And you bring it up and you go, and it's like a segment and you bring it up. Like, JOMO, because Mark's the guy that's good at doing videos, isn't he?
Oh, that's another one, by the way. One of my JOMOs, and it's a controversial one. ABBA. Just their music in general.
Dale, I think that's how you and I became friends, actually.
One of the most overhyped bands of all time.
Yeah.
Actually, now I realise it's not JOMO, it's just me just shitting on things I don't like. That's what's happening. This is me just ranting about stuff I don't like. That's what it's become. Apologies.
Well, Room 101. Room 101 is also a really good fun one to ask about. Like, who would you put in Room 101 and why? I like that question.
I've actually been in the guest audience for Room 101, and I was on the floor.
By the way, audience, did not know Vicky was that, and that was teed up beautifully. It's as if we just knew. Love that.
Yeah, wasn't like on the floor, like on the delegates, but you know, because when you actually go in, you have like the seating area where all the hosts are and like the guests and things, and you get to see like the boxes. But then there's a semicircle, which is like where you get to like see the audience. So when the camera pans around to see the audience, that's what you see. And then there's this 20-foot gap where all the camera crew are very madly running around trying to make sure they get the perfect shot. And then like up the bank, it's like a football stadium with like loads and loads of seats. I was in like the semicircle.
Nice. Marcus Batson has bared his soul to us, and I said we listen but we don't judge.
Written down. I think you bring it up, Dale.
He said we listen but we don't judge, but we are going to judge him harshly. Marcus Batson, his JOMO, another controversial one or two. Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. He's happy he's not watched those.
I was going to say Breaking Bad earlier on, Marcus, so I'm with you there as well.
Yeah. Breaking Bad, you know what? I hear stories, and I'm quite happy that I've like saved myself that 70 hours of my life, because I could do better things with it. Like write the program for UK Grant Final Pro. Game of Thrones, though, there was many a time that I have been sat there with a bottle of wine, chowing down.
You know what? One more promo from you. I'm going to mute you because this is too much promo in one episode. All right, calm down. All right, we get it. You do grants. We know you do that. It's been said. We'll clip it up later. Just one more. Get muted.
Sweet popcorn or salted popcorn?
Both.
Yes, but together, or do you put them in an order?
I know, together. And if I had to bench one of them, I'd rather have salt than sweet.
No, you see, you're wrong. So it's sweet on the bottom, salted on the top with jalapeno peppers.
Okay. Mark Howison, Jomo, Game of Thrones, watched 10 minutes of the first episode and had to turn it off due to the pornographic scenes. Was not expecting that with the mother-in-law in the room. Yeah. So wait, that's not him saying he's happy he missed out on it. He's just unhappy that he watched it with his mother-in-law. There's a different thing, Mark. It's a different thing. Debbie Hales, most MPs, sorry, should go into Room 101. You know what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
God, are we getting political? Oh Debbie, what have you done?
No, we don't usually get political, but
Well, you have a politician here, so I'm trying desperately not to.
I know you're doing well. You're doing well.
I know the eyebrow goes up.
which party?
You know I'm a Liberal Democrat, and thank you very much for being on prompt with the colours today as well. It's great.
They're blinking.
Yeah, but some people are listening to this, not watching. They can't see me blink. It's just silence. It's just silence.
He's blinking. He's blinking.
No sarcasm. Thank you for being someone willing to make a difference. Right? We all complain about stuff, but some people just step up and do it, and you're doing it. So let's give you that for sure.
Oh,
So easy to condemn, so hard to create.
Can I ask another question?
No.
Dale tells me that you are.
How let's have it. He's muted you.
To be fair, equal rights. I muted Tony last time as a co-host as well, so I got to mute them both. Otherwise, it look like I got favourites. I do have a favourite, but they'll never know which one it is. Please continue, Zoe.
Oh, so Dale says you are a fooding specialist.
Fooding.
He wrote me, food on the WhatsApp.
Obviously a typo. I meant funding. Grant and funding.
My God, I thought this was some like martial art thing. Literally,
No, grants and funding. It's obviously a typo.
Fooding.
Wait, don't show them our messages. Don't show them our messages. There's racing material in there. You can't have that on the internet.
Not.
No, there isn't.
Grant, and you are a fooding specialist. You are a fooding specialist.
I mean, you are a bit of a foodie as well, though, right? So.
Yeah. I make all my own gravy. That's not a euphemism. I used to do like roasts and suet puddings for a large hotel chain that I will not name drop. And I used to do their gravies. You used to have them in batches. I used to make their stocks for them. Huge foodie.
Vic, if you could punch one fictional character in the face and get away with it with no repercussions, which fictional character would you punch in the face?
Well, as a former rugby player, I don't like to use my hands.
Fine, headbutt, whatever.
But there are quite a few that I would like to spear into the pitch.
All right, who's one of those? Who's one? A fictional character can be anyone, any fictional character. Just who would you?
Controversial. Lisa Simpson.
Oh. You know that's not bad because my two. One is Neelix from Star Trek Voyager, and the other one is Stewie Griffin. So, yeah, why Lisa?
I'm with you on Neelix. Neelix is far too irritating and doesn't add a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
And desperately needs to brush his hair.
He does. Debbie Hales, Oreo cookies are her Jomo thing. They're not cookies and just don't get the attraction.
Oh my God! Right, so I actually had a couple of health scares the other year, and as a result, I'm now obsessive, and I mean obsessive. I like hyper focus on like anything that I touch. So I'm going to be researching tapioca tea ball things to see whether or not they meet my criteria to be safe to eat. I've got toys in the house that I won't let my kids play with until I've checked all of the ingredients list, because if they're not safe or they don't meet my standards, they'll be dispatched back to sender. Oreo biscuits, the cream in the cream isn't cream.
That makes sense.
It's mostly whipped palm oil. So if you actually do your research and know what whipped palm oil can do, it actually clogs your arteries, and it's one of the bigger causes of heart attacks.
That does not surprise me. Americans got terrible food standards. Let's be honest, and I'm saying this to Americans who are, but their food standards are atrocious.
No, they are.
From an environmental perspective, palm oil is awful. If you really go deep into it all. Really
so did you read the press release? Sorry, this is so sad. Did you read the press release on Penguin and Club biscuits?
Are they made from penguins and clubs? Because I'm okay with this.
They are not, and that's why they taste edible. as in they're not made from them, and therefore that's why they are edible. So they are now being reclassified from chocolate biscuits to chocolate flavored biscuits because I know
There's no chocolate in these motherfuckers. What?
well, the cocoa content has been reduced, so now there is more shea oil. It's
Shea butter?
Yeah, than there is cocoa. So they're gonna so as a result of the percentage mix, they are likely, and this is me anticipating this, they're likely to be making the biscuits smaller because of shrinkflation, so that they can keep making because they have to make biscuits so that you have a certain amount of calories per biscuit.
Oh my God! And there's been lots in the news lately about how they're making all the chocolate bars small and the quality street stuff, and
you can't spell Yorkie
terrible.
with a Yorkie bar anymore. It's ridiculous.
That is the first world problem.
Yeah.
That the world needs to be talking about, and we're not.
That and the cost of Freddos.
So how much?
I remember when
Freddos 10p?
Freddos are like 35p, 40p, Zoe.
Yeah, they're
For a
ridiculous.
chuffing Freddo. For a
I
Freddo, and they're smaller than they used to be.
I remember paying half a penny for one. I think that's how old
Wait,
I am.
you're not
I
you're not that
half
old.
A penny for one.
No.
I remember half.
You were alive when hay pennies were a thing.
Yeah.
Didn't decimalisation happen in 1978?
I was born in 1979, and half pennies were still being used. So I have a very thin, small, little memory of half pennies.
Well, you know what?
But you're right. Good memory.
Props to Zoe for not looking old, right? I said it before, I'll say it again. You don't look old, Zoe. You don't. But you don't. Yeah.
I was out last night with the alternative team, so I'm in Bournemouth at the moment as well. So we had a good old, a good day of meetings, and then went down to the pub for some socials. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired today. A bit tired.
Well, you don't look it.
Oh, thanks. It's just the makeup and the Moroccan tan, which I'm holding on to. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sorry, are we
Dale's look it up.
Not upsetting me at all. I'm letting the conversation flow because I realise sometimes I talk a little bit too much. And again, like I said, this is Zoe's last co-hosting session, so maybe she could just.
Have a bit of time for yourself, Zoe. Talk about something that you're passionate about.
What am I passionate about, Dale?
Events.
I'm very passionate about.
You love events.
Yeah, I love
events.
I love events. I've been doing.
You're very good at it.
5 years. Yeah. One thing that not many people know about, and they take the mickey at me when they do, is I'm severely, massively into the engineering and architecture of the London Underground.
Oh.
I mean, it is a engineering marvel. I'll give you that. Trains that go underground from 200 years ago. That's insane.
No. I'm not into trains. Oh, they did steam trains. Late 1800s, steam trains under the ground in London.
So you're not into the trains, you're just into the actual tunnels themselves.
Not into trains. I'm into the engineering and the architecture.
What's wrong with being into trains, though?
There's nothing wrong with being into trains.
You process it so vehemently, though. Like you were like, not into trains. Like just like almost like offended you.
Clearly stating I am not into trains.
Okay.
But I'm very into like all the disused stations. So normally for my birthday, my husband gives me one. So we like explore a disused station underneath, and you go down in like a bunker. It's really cool. It's super cool.
Do you have a favourite line for the underground? Which one's your favourite? For me, it's the Northern Line.
I would say the Piccadilly line would be my favourite because you've got some of the old original tiles still there. I mean, unfortunately, where's the Harrods stop? What's that one called?
Oxford Circus.
Oxford Circus. Yeah.
No, it's the next one. I can't remember, but they used to have all the original tiling on there. The Oxblood tiling, which was just beautiful, and they've just taken that all down, which is super sad. But never mind. I'll go over
Knightsbridge.
I'll go over it. Knightsbridge, thank you.
If you like heritage, if you like the heritage and like traditional stuff, have you been to see the Post Museum in London?
That's the one that used to have the double-decker post tunnel under the ground, but I've not been to the museum. So I will do that, Vic.
So there's a museum up there. There's this building on each side of the road. One of them is an actual museum where you actually get to go in and it's like have a look around. There's a lot of like traditional artifacts and stuff. And then on the other side is one of the original mail sorting stations. And you get to go down and then you get to hop in a wee train and actually do a loop. And then the stations have been largely preserved. And then on the walls, you can have this, every time you stop, you get like a 30-second video, maybe a minute, and it explains a bit of the history. It's really cool. And then as you're going through the tunnels, I mean, they've only got like a wee little section opened, but you get to like look down and get to see all of the other trains because you go across the other post trains. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think
that sounds pretty cool.
Oh, I'll do that, Vic. Thank you. Good recommendation. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
So there you go. That's a little bit of my secret stuff that I like. People
that you shared online in front of lots of people.
Anyone who travels with me on the underground thinks it's hilarious because I'm like, did you know that in 18 whatever the first escalator was created in wooden slats in a spiral, and they had a one-legged man to demonstrate to the first class passengers that it was safe.
You know what? I think that's great. And going into politics a little bit, so many people complain about our amazing nation, but it's got some amazing achievements. Trains that went underground, escalators long before anyone else did it, and they still work to this day. Like it's quite impressive. So it's easy to complain about transport in London and stuff like that, but actually incredible engineering. So we should be proud of that as a nation. It's pretty cool.
But then you can take it to another layer in terms of incredible engineering with the Egyptians. So I lived out in Egypt. I lived with an Egyptologist, and I know lots about Egyptology as well. So, I mean, if you want to go history, I can give you the history from 3,000 years ago
No, thank you.
to recent day. I'm all there.
Good, thanks.
I'm all there.
Okay, so random question. In mythology, do you have a favorite mythological god or deity? And from which mythos do you prefer? Getting kind of geeky on you guys now.
Go on, Vic,
do you want to go first, Zoe, or shall I hop in?
Oh no, you go. Let's go. Let's do this.
So I'm pagan. A lot of people know that. So most people say when they're pagan, they go, "Oh, you know, you're going to be about the goddess of transformation and change." I actually quite like Bridget or Brigitte. She's quite often denoted as a woman in a white dress, and it's about. It's not, I say coming of age, it's not. It's traditionally celebrated in spring. And it's about being young, rejuvenation and hope. And I like that.
Well, you do. That's a good question. I like that. I don't have an answer, actually, so I want to know what you think.
Well, like my favourite mythology, so of all the pantheons, I like the Norse gods the most. They seem the coolest.
I knew you were going to say that. Loki, I can sense.
Yeah, Loki's one of my favourites. Not gonna lie, he's hilarious.
I don't know that much about them actually. Tell me, which one do you think I should be then, or which one should I like?
That's a good question.
Well, I don't know too much about you, Zoe. So would it be Ra? I don't know.
Sun Ra.
Osiris, Isis.
God of Sun. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, something. Yeah, the sun. I think the sun one would be quite a good one.
Yeah, Ra, god of the sun.
Ra, god of the sun. Yeah, ties in nicely with Egyptology as well.
Yeah, Horus. That was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Horus.
Is that the god of the underworld? Is that right?
With the big circular over the top of them. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, god of protection. So there's several. So there's Basset, who is often identified as a female cat. That would probably be me. It's got a cat in it.
I like cats too, Vic.
So
have you got cats? Tell me about your cats.
Oh,
sorry, Dave. Sorry.
It's fine. Go on.
Yeah. So I've got two, Hazel and Millie. Millie is she's a big kitty. That's a lot of kitty. She's like 6 kilograms. That's a lot of kitty. When you can see her running, you can see things moving that you weren't looking for. And
I love that.
And
poor fat cat.
And she was on the sofa last night and she went to roll over and she couldn't, and she did that kind of really awkward like fat bird roll. It was funny. And then Hazel is 17.
That's an old cat.
That is an old kitty. And she's just started to get tats in her fur, so I now have to pin her down and brush her and get the tats out, which she hates, and I'm not covered in scratches and bites or anything. But I do it because I love her.
Oh.
What about yours?
I have a Millie as well. And Millie turns 20 next week.
That's an ancient cat.
So she is proper old. So yeah, she's.
Does she still have her
grown, like,
faculties?
very
Like, can she see? Can she smell? Or will she just like walk around blind?
She can just about see, but
Uh-huh.
do you know what? She knows when I'm cuddling her. I carry her like a little baby now because she's just very slow and old. But she looks up at me and purrs, and she's such a happy little thing. I'm not too sure how long she'll be on this earth for, so we'll see. But you know, I also have another cat called Misty, who's a Maine Coon.
Oh my God, yes.
The screen's not big enough for me to show you how large my Maine Coon is. She's humongous. Big fluffy tail, big pointy ears, beautiful thing, massive, humongous.
You know, you can actually get cat jumpers now. You can get cat jumpers
get
with
what,
a front
sorry?
pouch, and you can put your cat in the pouch and you can carry them around.
Oh, Misty would be like, she's like the size of me when you put her head.
I was thinking
Brilliant.
for Millie.
Oh, I might get that for Millie. Oh, yeah, little Millie. Oh.
I'm not going to
What about you,
lie.
Dale? Oh, God.
Me? What about me?
Do you have any? Do you have pets?
Nah.
No
Sorry.
pets?
Not an animal person. I like animals. I like dogs. Don't want to own one. I blame my parents. They had this kind of motto, right? It was animals are to guard the land, work the land, or their food. The concept of a pet is a very foreign thing to them.
Okay.
True story.
Okay.
So I might eat your cats, but I don't think I'd make them my pets. Right.
So
I like cats, but I can eat a whole one.
I come from a farming family, and there was this one year my dad was up on the farm, and all of the day hands were complaining about the pigs. And we went in, and there was this one particular pig. Can't remember if it was a sow or a bull. Is it a bull? I think it's a bull. No, male pig. Can't remember. But it was going around biting people, and of course, pigs can actually tear chunks of flesh out. So they spray painted it, and then we had it for Christmas Day dinner.
That's fantastic.
I tell you what, the meat was very fresh.
I can imagine.
Do you know what? The one thing is, since I've been doing the co-hosting, Dale, is apart from the vegan accountant interview we did, we have gone into explicit detail about meat.
Food.
Do you remember
Often about food.
and
Yeah.
last week it was about the burgers. It always makes me hungry before lunch. And again today, I just love the fact that apart from the one episode, like I said, with the vegan accountant, we have literally gone into a lot of detail about meat and food.
Yeah. We're so in sync, because I was just thinking to myself, this reminds me of the time when we didn't talk about meat when we had the vegan accountant on. So like, I remember that very vividly, because he was giving recipes for like chickpea stuff, and I was like,
better co-host.
Again, for those still listening and watching, if you want to vote for your favorite co-hosts, type Team Zoe or Team Tony in the chat. Let's see how the audience feel about it.
Oh, wouldn't it be great to have Team Tone? Like, I call Tony Tall Tone because he's tall and lovely. So I really miss him, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing him back next week.
Has he sent you photos of the Ben? Has he sent you photos of the Ben? The wee little baby?
He has. He has. The baby's cute.
Yeah, like when they're newborn, they're just all like scrunched up. It's like really, really cute.
Oh.
My favourite phase, though, of having Tiddlywinks is the toddler sit, where you sit cross-legged and then they come and they shoot your hands out the way in the sit in your cross-leggedness.
Oh, that's called a mummy chair. I do that with my 6-year-old still. Yeah, I just call it mummy chair. She still does it.
Mummy chair.
Can't do anything. Can't watch
toddler
telly.
sit.
Just does a mummy chair.
Yeah.
Vote for Team Zoe. Thanks, Debbie.
Yes.
Well, that's 2 votes for Team Zoe. Marcus said Zoe, and Debbie said Zoe.
Yeah. Woo woo.
So are bankers.
Yeah.
Very sane. Very sane. Okay,
I
let's
meant
get let's bring it back to work. Let's bring it back to work. So, Vicky, own and run your own business. Done that for a while. You did your MBA in AI. Is that what you said? MBA?
Yes.
What advice would you give to people looking to get into the world of AI? Because there's a lot of talk about it at the moment. Can you explain your experience and just your perception of AI? And I know it's a very broad question, but feel free to just do what you do and articulate well.
Oh, okay. So to contextualize this, I'm an applied mathematician by training. I left when I finished my degree, I went to work for a telecoms company. And I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to tech. So when it comes to AI, you need to talk about protection, because there are people out there that know about how to use AI for good, and it's a bit like having a superpower. If you have a superpower, you can choose to use it for good or for evil.
I'd be
And
evil.
well, and
I would.
very sadly, a lot of the hackers now that are getting into people's systems, they have been there for a significant amount of time, and they got in there by using brute force attacks. And this is done through marketing emails. People click on an email, or they change the hyperlink on an email, and this is all done through AI. So they want to know that an email's been there. It's and then they change the link, and then when your emails are, if they're not auto archived, they kind of go through, and then it kind of penetrates into your emails and then proliferates around your business. And that in itself is part of the problem. So unless you actually understand the safety around AI from a business perspective and keeping you and your young people safe, then you kind of can't really start. So some useful points to note. So Reddit, which is a good online forum, they got done recently. It was identified that all of their agents who were responding to posts and adding in comments were 70% more persuasive than an actual person, and they were all bots, and they were all AI personas, and they were all there specifically trying to influence someone's perception or opinion on a topic. And those topics ranged everything from baby food to what's going on in the Middle East. I mean, it was quite a significant range of demographics, and some of it was there for research to see whether or not it could be done. So what I heard from that is that people are experimenting on us, but you're not just experimenting on that one chat, you're actually influencing how that one person thinks, and that's going to go into their day-to-day life. So we have to be so careful about this now. And there's been a huge number of cases of young people thinking that they're interacting with a human being, and they're not interacting with a 40-year-old who's looking to groom them. They're interacting with a bot. So as a parent, I've got a great number of concerns, and thankfully there are charities out there who actually who help parents understand what the scope of AI is and how you can protect your young people. So in answer to your question, Dale, how would I encourage people to get involved into AI? Firstly, do your reading, and nothing that comes up on a search feed. You want to be looking for actual training courses. And if a training course is free, you are the product. Dale's frozen, so I'll keep going. So yes, so there are plenty of courses out there.
I'm just sitting very still and listening.
Sitting very still and listening. Yes, well, you picked still frozen flower.
Yeah.
So,
have I frozen in a good way though?
Well, we'll let you catch the replay, and you can find out for yourself.
I'll take a picture. Oh, it's God, he's back. He's back.
So yes, so go out and do your own research, and then if you are a business owner or you run a team or a department, there are things that you can use to improve your effectiveness and efficiencies. And thankfully, if you do a course about, protecting yourself online, that is typically covered as well. So there's a real good one that's been out at the moment that I saw advertised at the Oxford Business School, but you can also find them at your local growth hub or your local business school. So I would start there. I wouldn't use use whatever AI program you want. I mean, you've got Grok, you've got Copilot, you've got Chat, Claude. I mean, there's loads, and there's more coming out every day. My advice and guidance to everybody is understand what goes into that will appear on Google. So if you upload any personal information about yourself, it will appear on Google. and it will form and stepping into what could be a contentious topic. So if we get a digital ID at any time, your digital ID will be tied to an email account. And when you log into any of your AI tools, anything that you post will then be tracked back. So if you are a married person who's looking about getting divorced, for argument's sake, you could be doing that in an incognito mode, so that particularly if it's a shared machine, and then that will appear on your prompt feeds that may influence how your partner chooses to interact with you, because if your feed's all about divorce, it could be very, very awkward. Similarly, if you are looking to lose weight, it will appear on all of your accounts. So if you have multiple email accounts, digital ID will track that through, because that is how immersive AI is. So, and
Wow.
And just two random examples. I could list out loads. And of course, with the algorithms being as they are, they will provide content to you that they are told to provide in a bid to try and update your perception on something.
Yeah.
So protection, do your courses, make your own opinions.
Protection. And also, someone said the other day, I was watching Steve Bartlett's podcast, and they said something about parenting as well. It's kind of like what you put in. If your parenting is good, then you get good stuff out. But if you put bad parenting in, then you're going to get bad stuff out. And that was just like, okay, it's simple thinking, but actually a little bit worrying. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Dale. I kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole.
No. I asked you the question. You answered the question. I appreciate you answering the question, because sometimes I'm not going to name names, but sometimes we get guests that are really difficult to speak to, like really difficult. And it's like, good Lord, you're here to speak, and you speak very, very well. So thank you. You carry the show. The show wouldn't be good without people like you. Honestly, like. Yeah.
I second that. Definitely.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
Thank you. I think we've got time for maybe one more question or general segue. Over to you, Vic. Do you have any questions for me or Zoe, or anything you want to just waffle on about? Can be anything random.
Well, can I get random?
Yeah, go for it.
I would love to know about your personal grooming routine, because
Mine?
the hair is just lovely. And I see you, and sometimes it's red and sometimes it's other colors and it's different shapes and colors and sizes. And I personally don't have a hair routine or a hair care program, so I'd love to hear.
So, in terms of the variety of my hair, I'm very fortunate in so much as when I do a very small thing to it, it looks very significant. Some people say I look very different. Sometimes I just had a haircut. It's not been anything special. It's just been a haircut. That's all. It just looked very different. Very lucky. In terms of colouring, that's only happened twice in my life. It doesn't happen that often. You're right. It was red. It was ridiculous. I liked it. I look like a Japanese cartoon character. And in terms of my And then in terms of my routine, I'm going to be a cliche guy. Honestly, there is little to no routine. I wash my hair maybe every other day, and then I comb it. That's it. There's no. I might pat it down a little bit to get the end, but that's it. It takes like 5 minutes, because despite what you think, if it looks impressive, honestly, it's because it's low maintenance. If my hair were hard work, I wouldn't have it that way. Genuinely, I'm so lazy with my hair. If it required me to do 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I wouldn't have it that way. So honestly, my hair is very low maintenance.
Thank you for that. So I took my son to the barbers to get the haircut about 2 weeks ago, and I was amazed. There was more hair care products than in a girl's hair salon. Yeah. And I was like, I need to pick up these products. I need to know what they are. And there was this styling dust. And I'm like, there is no way in hell that you could sell something to a woman that has dust in it.
No, you're right. That doesn't sound very appealing.
It just wouldn't fly. But there again, styling dust, and men are all over it. And I'm like, I don't understand. And then there was
talcum powder. It's talcum powder, isn't it?
Yeah, where it was a beard styling oil. I'm like, you have a styling oil for beards?
Well, I do occasionally use beard oil, not often, but it does help it with the growth. I mean, I guess on that note, I'm just going to hit end stream. Are we done?
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
To all of those who said Team Zoe, say fare thee well to Zoe. You'll never hear from her again.